Thank you so much, Phil. Came all the way from Beijing on the tape, and I'm so grateful. And Nicholas, your wonderful introduction. Thank you all. A few months ago, my friend Chen Yu, a.k.a. Yu Chan, came to me and said, Asia Society would very much like to honor you. First thing that popped into my head was, do I have to make a speech? And Yu Chan says, well, I said, do I have to make a long speech? And he said, well, so ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Well, what I meant, let me articulate what I meant by that. My name is M, a.k.a. Mr. Chow, a.k.a. Michael Chow, a.k.a. Zhou Yinghua. Tonight, I'm very proud to stand before you, even for a few brief moments, as Zhou Yinghua, my Chinese name, which I lost. When I was young, very young, exiled from China at the age of 13 alone, end up in foggy London, post-World War II. The parting words from my father were, wherever you go, remember you are Chinese. Armed with those words, I immediately appointed myself as cultural ambassador to all things Chinese. My country, China, been declining for over centuries, in particular the 20th century. It's suffering, it's famine, it's flooding. Went through 2 world wars, went to civil war, topped it with very violent, devastating Cultural Revolution. However, a light end of the tunnel in the mid-century, in 1949, the liberation, in the eve of liberation, the then leader spoke with those words. Today, we Chinese people stood up. In recent time, what I call the 4/8s, at 8 p.m. on August the 8th, 2008, the Beijing Olympic happened. That was China's coming out party, as it were. Today, we are at the crossroad. We are living in a dangerous time. Still, so much misunderstanding, miscommunication goes on and on. Most important thing is we must keep each other's respect. Respect is the key word here. So my suggestion is a very simple one. Just follow the wisdom words of Rodney King. Why can't we all get along? So let's make art, not war. I would like to take this opportunity of thanking Asia Society for this wonderful honor, which I humbly accept. On a personal note, I'd like to thank my father and mother. Unfortunately, they lost their life in Cultural Revolution. By the way, parting words from my father, from that moment on till today, I never saw him or communicated with him ever again. I'd like to thank my daughter, China Zhou. I'd like to thank my son, Maximilian Zhou. I'd like to thank my younger daughter, Asia Zhou. On a really personal note, past few years, I was lucky enough to fall in love with a wonderful woman, V for Vanessa, who is my wife now. Before I met her, I never read a single poem. And since then, I wrote over 100, inspired by her. Not just that. Thank you. I've become world's greatest deep-sea diver, brain surgeon, and all the list goes on. So, V for victory, and thank you.